Good morning and a warm welcome to the students of Smt.R.S.Kalaria, Primary School, English Medium, Junagadh. My name is Rajshree Lakhani and today we are going to start with a new chapter of Geography whose name is What is Around Us. Now this chapter is related to the particular things among we all are familiar that all 8 planets. First of all, we were having 9 planets in which the Pluto became the dwarf planet. Now we are having nowadays only 8 planets on the universe. In that particular, Earth is the only planet where life is possible. We are having the water, air, food, possibility on the surface of the Earth. Now here, generally the Earth, how the Earth was being created. Once one of the thing was get detached with the particular part of the sun, and one part of the sun get polished from that particular part of the whole surface of the sun. Now that particular piece of the sun get converted for thousands and millions of years. It cools down with one or the another reason, and the Earth, the part of the Earth which was a part of the surface of the sun, which was just converted into the Earth form, that got converted into the 3 forms on the surface of the Earth. That is the first solid form, that is known as the lithosphere, that is land. The second, that is in the liquid form, that is known as the hydrosphere, that is water. The third one, that converted into the gaseous form, that is atmosphere, that is air. Now the combo, that is the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, all together makes the biosphere, where we are able to see the living world on the surface of the Earth. Now for thousands and millions of years, the part of the sun get cooled down because the sun is itself a ball of fire. So a piece of that particular sun get detached and get converts into, again I want to say you, the 3 forms, that is solid, liquid and the gaseous. Solid means lithosphere, that is land. Liquid, that is hydrosphere, water. Gaseous form, that is atmosphere, that is the air. And that makes the world that is living and non-living all consist in the biosphere. Among all these 3, if one stops working, then the biosphere can't work. To have the living world, living and non-living creature to work out on the surface of the Earth, the 3 are very important, that is solid, liquid and the gaseous. Now let us study about the next sphere. Already we have completed with the lithosphere. Now let us study about the hydrosphere. Now when the Earth get detached from the part of the sun, it got converted into the solid. That already we have discussed about the lithosphere. Now the liquid form, that is the hydrosphere. Now hydrosphere is the liquid component on the surface of the Earth. Now hydrosphere covers 71% of the total surface area of the particular Earth surface. Now here, lithosphere contains 29%, hydrosphere contains 71% of the water surface area on the surface of the Earth. A water body in hydrosphere which contains a huge amount, carries a huge amount of water, is known as the ocean. Now there are total 4 oceans on the surface of the Earth, that is Arctic, Atlantic, Indian and the Pacific. Now all the rivers, ponds, lakes, seas, all the water which are being on the surface of the Earth, from the small water body to the largest water body, all water gets end at the particular part, that is the ocean. So 71% of the water surface area, in which the highest huge amount of the water is being secured by the ocean, that is the salty water. But it helps out, the ocean helps out to carry out a huge amount of rain due to the evaporation. With the particular way of the evaporation, the clouds are forming the rainwater, because in the ocean there is a huge amount of water and there is more and more possibility for the evaporation and making of the clouds. Now Now here, the water bodies, they're close to the land. Ocean is away from the land surface area. But this particular water bodies, they are connected with the land surface area. They are seas, bays, straits, gulfs and many more. But ocean is away from the land surface area. Now ocean contains among 71%, when we are having the 71%, 100% of the survey, 97% of the total amount of the water on the surface of the earth is being salty, that is covered by the ocean. Only 3% of the water is drinkable. So we should, by this particular survey, we come to know, we are just thinking that we are having lots of water surrounding us, but actually among 100%, only 3% water is drinkable. 97% of the water is completely salty. So it's our responsibility to take care of the drinkable water. Now here, already the point which I discussed with you, it's written here, approximately 1/3 of the water is trapped in ice caps and glaciers at the poles and other mountains. Now here, for example, in Himalaya, in the particular rivers in the northern side of India are famous for the perennial rivers. The perennial rivers are the rivers that flow throughout the year. Their water never gets dried up. Their river never gets dried up, because the reason behind that is the northern India rivers are being formed by the ice caps of the Himalayas in the summer season, when it's a time for the rivers to dry up. During that time, the ice is being melted and get converted into the particular water form, and because of that only northern India is famous for the waterways, while in the southern India, as there is three-side cover, our India's southern side is covered with three-side water, and there is uneven surface in the water surface area, and because of that only, that water is used as the just generating the hydroelectricity. So here it is being said, the moisture for rain, which is the main source of fresh water, comes from oceans only. What I already have discussed with you, that the particular clouds of the rain always being generated by the oceans only, because it contains 97% of the water surface area. So whenever we are getting, but with the evaporation, the particular vapor, the water gets converted into the water vapor form, and it forms a particular rain droplets. Now what is the importance of the hydrosphere? Like we have discussed about the lithosphere, that if there will be no lithosphere, no land, no water, no food and no minerals for the industry. In the same way, many of the things we are getting from the interior of the hydrosphere. Now here, valuable chemicals, minerals, salt, fishes, etc. are found from the seas. We are getting from the interior already. Like the lithosphere, when we are moving towards the inner portion of the water bodies, there is the seabed where we are able to find this different things from the interior portion of the hydrosphere. Now, already I have discussed with you that in the northern India, the water is used as a water vapor, but by moving towards the southern India, they are not used as the waterways. So, as strong as they are having the waterfall, the powerful waves, they are just generating the hydroelectricity, which also helps us to get the electricity from the waves. Now let us study about the atmosphere. Now already we have studied about the lithosphere, that is the land, hydrosphere, that is the water. Now let us study about the atmosphere. Now atmosphere, lithosphere we can see, lithosphere is having 29%, hydrosphere that is having 71%. But what about the atmosphere? Atmosphere is everywhere. Always we have, just listen, air is everywhere. Whenever we are, suppose on the land, where we are standing, all the creatures, from the human beings to each and every small creatures, they need air. When we are moving towards the water surface area, the particular bubbles which is being created water surface area, that is also the presence of the atmosphere. So air is everywhere. So let us discuss about the topic of the atmosphere. Now atmosphere extends approximately up to 1600 km from the surface of the earth. Already it is being seen that when we are going towards the high hill, that is the mountainous area, we feel suffocation, we feel tired, and the reason behind that is the oxygen is a heavy gas which always remains on the lower surface of the particular surface of the earth, and because of that only when we are moving towards the mountainous area we are not able to get the oxygen, and because of that only we are feeling tired and suffocation. Now here, like lithosphere, we can see the lithosphere, that is the land, and hydrosphere we can see, but atmosphere we can't see. We always feel the atmosphere, the cold waves, the hot waves, that is the particular part of the atmosphere which we can feel but cannot see with our naked eyes. Now water is considered to be the most important component in the atmosphere. The reason behind that is the water gets converts into the three forms: solid, that is ice; liquid, that is water; and gaseous, that is the water vapor form. So in the atmosphere, like lithosphere having different parts, that is mountains, plains, plateaus, valleys, like the hydrosphere, the rivers, lakes, ponds, oceans, seas. Water is the most important component in the atmosphere, that is in the solid, that is the ice form; liquid, that is the water form; and gaseous, that is the water vapor form, are included in the atmosphere. Now here the atmosphere gets divided into three forms, 3% into three part of the particular atmosphere, the air being divided into. Here 78% it is having nitrogen, 21% that is oxygen, and 1% other gases. So here all three gases are all with one another. Nowadays we are feeling just having the global warming. The reason behind that is always nitrogen reduces the intensity of the oxygen, and moreover due to industries and due to human activities we are able to just have the increase of the global warming in the surrounding. Now here dust particles play a very important role in the occurrence of the sun rays, spreading of the sun rays. The sunrise and the sunset is possible due to this dust particles. In the early morning when we open the doors and the windows, we are able to see some small particles are floating in the air, that is known as the dust particles. If there will be no dust particles, then there will be suddenly the sunrise and suddenly the sunset. To have the slowly and gradually sunrise and the sunset, there is a need of the dust particles. Now here, whatever I am speaking and what the things you all are listening, this is only because due to the atmosphere. If there is no atmosphere, if there are no dust particles, then whatever I am speaking and what you are listening, that is never ever possible. Now already we discussed about the importance of the lithosphere, importance of the hydrosphere. Now let us study about the importance of the atmosphere. Now already I have said you this spreading of the sun rays. When the sun rises slowly and gradually in the early morning at 8 o'clock, there is less sunlight. At 12 o'clock there is heavy sunlight. At 3 or 4 o'clock it is reducing. This particular things are happening due to the atmosphere along with the dust particles. Now here the sun rays are reflected back with the help of these dust particles on the surface of the earth, and we receive the light of the sun. If there will be no dust particles in the atmosphere, never ever possible for the particular rising and the setting of the sun on the surface of the earth. Now let us study the last topic, that is the biosphere. Already when I have just started this explanation of this chapter, I have just shown diagram, that is the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere, when they are being calculated, is equal to the biosphere. If one of the component, if one of the part of the lithosphere, hydrosphere or atmosphere is not working properly, then biosphere cannot work. So the combo of the three spheres, that is the hydrosphere, lithosphere and atmosphere, that is solid, liquid and gaseous, makes the life possible on the surface of the earth. That is the one planet where the life is possible due to the combo of the three spheres which is working together, and that creates the biosphere. Now biosphere is being divided into two parts, that is the living world and the non-living world. Now here in the living world, we the human creatures are always the part of the living world. Then plants, animals, microorganisms and many more, they are coming in the living form. That is when we are, plants are considered to be the living creature, the living part. The reason behind, they are just not moving from one place to another, otherwise they are having the particular exhale of the oxygen, inhale of the carbon dioxide. They are having the process of photosynthesis. Like we the creatures only, they are living, they are growing like us, and because of that only plants are included in the living creature. Moving towards the part of the biosphere, that is non-living world. In non-living world, that is the lithosphere, that is the land having 29%, hydrosphere, that is the water, that is the liquid form, 71%, atmosphere, which is known as the gaseous form, that is in the gas form, that is known as the atmosphere. So if these three are included in the non-living world, these plants, animals and microorganisms, they are along with the human creatures, they all are included in the living world. So already we have discussed about the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. These all are working with their best way to give us the best as we are the human creatures. Among all the creatures which is being made by the God, we the human creatures, human beings only destroying all these four spheres. How we are having the effects of human activities on these spheres, let us study. Now let us study about the lithosphere. On the land, how we are creating a damage to the lithosphere. Underground nuclear testing. First of all, this particular activity, now each and every country is having the nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons are very dangerous weapons, and they are never ever. Once when there was a Second World War, during that time America just released the nuclear bomb on Japan. That was Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Still also the presence of that particular nuclear thing was still in the air of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Now here, underground nuclear testing, always the nuclear testing is not done on the surface of the earth, always it is being tested in the under surface of the earth. That creates the damage to the lithosphere. Too much drilling for the minerals. Whenever we need a petrol, diesel, kerosene and many more minerals, we are having the drilling on the part of the lithosphere, and because of all this activity, the earthquake is being created. Excessive drillings for the tube well for the whole year. Already the land surface area is having the absorption of the rainwater, and for the whole year we are getting the water from the tube wells. So many a times for the underground water, we are just having the excessive drilling for the tube wells. This all activities creates a great damage to the lithosphere, and that also create a natural disaster. Volcanic eruption, tsunami or earthquake is being created by this particular activities. Now let us move towards the hydrosphere. How we are creating a damage to the hydrosphere, dumping of the waste. Now always we have observed that the waste of the cities and the villages is always being dumped in the water. The complete waste of the creatures, human creatures, are being dumped in the particular water bodies. Oil spilling on the surface, on the upper portion of the water body, we are able to see the the water. But in the interior portion, still there is the seabed where we are able to get the particular oil drilling. We are having the oil drilling from the interior portion of the seabed also. Now this oil spills, whenever the particular water transport is moving in the water body, they are just releasing the particular oil spill, which creates a great damage to the marine aquatic life. Now slowly and gradually, now due to the global warming, the Himalayas, the polar caps are been melting, and because of that only the level of water is increasing day by day. Now many of the islands, if within few years, are going to be grabbed into the water, because they already the islands are surrounded by water from four sides, and due to the increasing of the water level, they are going to destroy. And the chemical waste which is being destroyed, which is being released by the industry, they completely destroy the aquatic life. Now here about the atmosphere, harmful gases, already industries are being just emitted very of the harmful gases from their production. When they are having any of the production, very harmful gases are being released by the industry. Workshop, power stations and vehicles pollute air. Most probably we are able to see that previously, when there were the early ages, in a family members were more and the vehicles were less. But now with the latest technology, science and technology, we have developed a lot, and in each and every family, each and every person have their own vehicle, and that release carbon monoxide, and that creates a great damage of the environment. So already with our activities, we have destroyed lithosphere, the hydrosphere and atmosphere, and the working of these three effect of the atmosphere, this particular sphere affects the biosphere. Now day by day, for our activities, for our development, we are cutting the trees. Now the home for the carbon dioxide, we need oxygen and release. We always inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. So the home for carbon dioxide is the trees. But now as for our benefit, we are cutting the trees, and because of that only the carbon dioxide level is increasing day by day, and due to that only the global warming and many other activities, natural disasters are being included day by day. So here I am ending with the topic. Let us have a short recap of the things which we have discussed. Now in this particular chapter, we have studied about the four sphere, that is the lithosphere, land, that is the solid form, hydrosphere, that is the water, that is in the liquid form, atmosphere, that is the particular air, that is in the gaseous form. So once the sun, one of the things just get collision with the sun, and the part of the sun get just detached from the particular part of the sun and got converted into the part of the earth. Among all the 8 planets, only the earth is the particular planet where life is possible. So the particular earth get converted into the 3 forms, that is the solid form, lithosphere, liquid form, that is hydrosphere, and the gaseous form, that is the atmosphere. Then we have studied about the lithosphere. Lithosphere means a land, that is the mountains, plains, plateaus, valleys. They all are included in the lithosphere, which is having 29% on the surface of the earth. Lithosphere is very much important. The reason behind that is we are able to construct our house, we are able to get the food, we are able to get the water, we are able to just have the different facilities of the industries due to lithosphere. Then we have studied about the hydrosphere. Hydrosphere, that is the water, that is in the liquid form. The forms of the hydrosphere, that is ocean, seas, bays, lakes, ponds, rivers, gulfs and many more. The highest water body on the surface of the earth, that is the ocean. Ocean is being divided into 4 parts, that already I have explained you previously. Apart from that, among 71%, the hydrosphere is covering 71% on the surface of the earth. Among 71%, when we are talking about the percentage type, then 97% of the water is salty. Only 3% of the water is drinkable. So we should take care of the drinkable water, and this particular rain is being created due to the ocean only. Then we have studied about the atmosphere. Like lithosphere and hydrosphere, we are able to see lithosphere and hydrosphere, but we are not able to see the atmosphere. We just feel the cold waves, the hot waves. We can experience, we can feel, but we never ever can see the atmosphere. Then we have studied about the water. Water is the most important component on the part of the atmosphere. Water gets converts into the three forms, that is solid, that is ice, liquid, that is water, and gaseous, that is the water vapor form. Then we have studied about the dust particles. Dust particles play a very vital role for the sunrise and the sunset. If there will be no dust particles, then we are not able to, there will be suddenly sunrise and there will be suddenly sunset. For slowly and gradually sunrise and sunset, there is a need of the dust particles. What we are listening, what we are speaking, we can say the listening and the speaking of the things is possible due to the atmosphere. And the last topic, that is the biosphere. The biosphere is the combo of the three spheres, that is solid, liquid, and gaseous. Lithosphere, hydrosphere, and the atmosphere. Now biosphere is being divided into two parts, living world and non-living world. Living world includes plants, animals, microorganisms, and human beings, while this particular non-living world just includes lithosphere, hydrosphere, and the atmosphere. Apart from that, we have studied about the particular activities which is being done by us that creates a global warming in our surrounding. So from today onwards, we should take an oath that by our side we are not going to destroy the environment. So here I am ending with my topic. Thank you and have a nice day.